Welcome to day 5 of Overcoming Perfectionism, our 30 days practice to overcome perfectionism, which is a leading cause for procrastination. We have our coffee here, and I've switched to the bigger cup. And what I would first like us to talk about today together is a model I've created over the world, a model I've created over time of how we function as human beings. And I like this model because many of us were stuck in this whole Freudian belief system is because this happened in my past and this is why I'm that way, or because my parents did this, or I just got unlucky and this is why I'm this way. And it's a not very helpful belief system. Many of us were stuck in this belief that we on one hand believe, yes, there is a growth mindset, but on the other hand, we're kind of really fixed and it's very hard for us to change. And so we have this, again, this whole ideal way things should, an ideal way, the way life and things should be, but it does not reflect in our reality. So I would like to share my model with you that is put together a bit of a Beck's model and some Kahneman, and so it's put together from different things. And I've shared it somewhere else, but let me do it in this 30-day of overcoming procrastination, because I think it's so important, because it takes the pressure away. And so let's just go right into it. I will share my iPad screen here with you. Okay, so let me share my model with you. And if this is your life and you're here somewhere, and this is the point of your conception, you were conceived, and now here your perception, and it's important to note, it's just your perception. It's not what actually happened, but the way you perceived the things that happened. So everything that you've ever seen, heard, or experienced. And out of all those things, your brain creates little automatic programs. And I like to call them apps, like the apps on your phone. Lots of those. And most of them are just useful. They're not in any way anything deep. That is something like tying your shoelace. When you were 3 years old, it was hard work to tie your shoelaces. When you started writing, the first few letters were really hard, and it cost you a lot of concentration and trying to coordinate your hand. But today you can write and you don't even think about it. You think about what you write and you don't think about how you write. So most of those apps are just really useful, but also all those heuristics, all those Kahneman system 1 things, everything that needs to run automatic. And your brain likes to create those automatic apps because they save energy. Your brain is such an expensive thing to upkeep for your body. So all those apps together, they kind of define who you are today, but also who you're going to be in the future. Now, when I work with clients, I always say there are 2 places that we can, create change for you. One of them is here on the, on your perception, and the other one are the apps. Now, I remember when I was trying to lose weight and was not that successful, I always had this thing where I felt I have this one app here that said, I want to be skinny because I want to be healthy and I want to age well and I want to feel good and I want to fit into my pre-pregnancy clothing. But I had this other app that was like, hey, eating chocolate and eating bread and eating sandwiches makes me feel good, makes me feel calm, it decreases my anxiety. So I had this inner, like a tug of war, one app pulling this way and another app pulling this way. What I'm really trying, and that is, it costs us a lot of energy. So this is just, and I would like you to kind of internalize this, because it's such a nice way to see ourselves that we've just practiced this. So if I had, for example, practiced my anxiety, I've practiced my anxiety since I was a child. So if instead I had practiced to play the piano instead of being anxious, or instead of trying to do everything perfect, I would be a really good pianist today. But I didn't. I practiced something else. And it's just something you've practiced so much that your brain could create an app that runs automatically. And this is all that it is. And so this whole perfectionism thing is just, we've practiced it so much. We've internalized it maybe from school, maybe from a parent, maybe we just wanted to impress someone as a child. And there are many reasons, but it doesn't matter because at some point we decided and we've just practiced it a lot. So even the whole procrastination thing is, we've habitually practiced it and we've become good at it. And so we just practice something different now. And this is why I have this format of 30-day sprints or 30-day practices or 30-day something, because every day we meet up and we practice it together and we make new pathways, we strengthen new pathways in your brain so that you can live a life that is free, that you are free to decide what you want to do and where you want to go to. And I think this is such a feeling of freedom, of I know I can, if I set a goal, I know I can create the structure for myself to work towards it. Maybe not as fast or as other people, but I know I can get there. And this is peace of mind. And for me, this is freedom, that I can say, hey, I can allocate time to it and I know I can get there if I want to. And I really would like to have this freedom for you too. So let's do this together. Today again, we do 3 minutes of practicing something that we've previously procrastinated. And what I've taken here is, now I know this is quite girly, but this is a sweater I started ages ago and I know I have a mistake somewhere in there. So I have two options. Either I can open it up again or I just continue, because that small mistake will not make a big difference in the sweater. So I will spend 3 hours, and I have the pattern on my iPad, I have it open, and we'll spend 3 minutes together and you get whatever, and even if it's drawing something, take something that you would expect yourself to be perfect and we just spend 3 minutes on it, we leave it unfinished, and we share our imperfections with each other. So let's go together. I will set a 3-minute timer on my watch. So let's go. I will knit and you do whatever you want to do. And if you haven't started, go get it and let's do it together. Yes? Okay, so my 3 minutes are over, and I made a mistake right off the bat, and I purled instead of knitted, if you know something about it. And so I just knitted a few, and then I had to open it again, which I will do maybe later, that I don't forget that I have to open those. So you can see this is, I was very imperfect in that, and it just went completely wrong. And my first impulse is to get worked up about it, and oh, I need to restart the video, and I need to record it again, and the bell rang in between, and my neighbor. So I took a break anyway in this video. But the whole point is we want to practice here doing things not perfectly, because this is something I need to learn. And if you're watching this video, I think I can safely assume that you also would like to learn that. So again, this was not perfect, and I hope to finish this sweater at some point, because I really like the wool. This was a small wool making place when we were on holiday this summer. And anyway, so sorry, I'm babbling on. Let's have our coffee and let's celebrate that we did 3 minutes of doing something imperfectly together. And I would like us to do that every day. So maybe in the next few days, we'll still do 3 minutes, and then we'll up it to 5 minutes, but we will not go above the 5 minutes. And every time we will leave it to be not perfect, and we leave it unfinished on purpose. So see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for doing this with me. It means a lot to me. And so see you tomorrow. Bye.